Hello everybody, how you doing? Welcome to the second video of Wednesday. This one's going to be about Strikers. Strikers for week 4. Now this week has, I was about to say Colossus then. It doesn't have Colossus. It has Juggernaut as your striker. It's a very, not unusual, but it's, well, look. Can't stop, won't stop is always something that follows things like building up an unstoppable buff. And it's kind of like, it's cool. Like, just to kind of like talk about Strikers just quickly. If Kabam are going to go down this route where you can get specific types of buffs to then help out situations, it could be like, okay, well, now I have an option for can't stop, won't stop. Okay, I'll get an unblockable buff. That's something that I can then work with something, depending on how relics and strikers, as a lot of you know, you should know this, if you followed the content on the channel, you'll know that relics and strikers are meant to go hand in hand. But we don't know the full specifics. Are there going to be shards when it comes to relics? How you obtain them because it's through solo competitive mode? Or is it a case that there's something you can choose the debuff that you have or the buff that you can have with the respective champion of the striker? We still don't know anything about them. A lot of this is just testing the kind of means of like whether or not the mechanic works. And so far it's actually been pretty fun. There's been some times where I'm like, well, this doesn't really work. I don't get it. And a lot of this is very specific. Like, okay, you get an unstoppable buff. Well, here's can't stop, won't stop, which needs an unstoppable buff. Apart from that, there's no kind of like generic thing of going, oh, I'd love to take that unblockable buff into various different bits of content. But in any case, I digress. Let's talk about this and also show some footage and talk about the end boss as well. Right, let's roll the footage. So on screen right now, we've got like Dr. Doom playing off. And it's actually quite nice using Dr. Doom because you can like figure out some really kind of cool rotations of things. And in particular, like you could just kind of get aggressive like here, kind of then throwing there for the stagger and then doing that. You're still under the effects of unstoppable. But as well, you can balance it in. There's going to be like a point in time where you can really snap in the striker. And then like it's coming up any second now. We're going to try and get a shock debuff on the enemy. And then from that, I mean, we're doing SP3 right now, but there's a way that you can just do like throw the striker, go unstoppable, and then whilst the enemy is shocked, go straight into, whilst she's running right towards you, do the Doom slap, which is, you know, that's hella fun to do that if you kind of like do that in any kind of great or kind of good rotation. I'm just going to see in a second. But yeah, these strikers, they're fun. And I think that's the main thing to go like, look, I'm having fun with strikers. The means of obtaining them is probably going to be problematic, but that's not the end of the world. Whether or not you do there, 5-hit combo, swing back, come back there, right into the pimp slap, that's nice. When you're doing stuff like that, that makes it fun. And the rotations and the aggression you can get with Unstoppable and Unblockable from previous weeks have been that kind of extra bit of fun that's just been, yeah, enjoyable. There's also another route on the strikers where you get to play some of the previous weeks. And you'll have all of the ones from the previous weeks. I mean, look, it's a good example. There's, what is it, a Deadpool route. There's a route where Deadpool's on, and you get the unblockable. I must admit, the AI has just been very bad, but that's just the usual thing with Kabam. They can't seem to develop decent AI that flows normally. And I think with Strikers, it's been worse as well, because button hitting has been an issue, which in the last bit of footage with Sauron, I've seen, like, when I've tried to click the Strikers button, it's just been so unresponsive at times. But we all know Kabam's problems with when it comes to like response and input issues. Input issues have been the worst they have in the game, and we're going to have to wait until April or maybe even later for that to be dealt with properly, with the early tests going into March in any case. But for the purpose of, well, this particular week, week 4, it has been relatively fun, and that's the main thing. Going like, okay, well, can't stop, won't stop, utilizing the unstoppable, and as well kind of like, you know, using some fun champions has been cool. There's going to be other ones that benefit from having an unstoppable. I mean, look, you've got Magneto. As soon as you charge up on a heavy attack, you've got an unstoppable, so it's just going to make sense for that to be a thing and be good. By the way, as soon as this video is live, I will be live streaming on Twitch. There's been a bit of problem with me with availability on time, as I was meant to do a little bit of MCOC before I do a bit of Warzone, but I'm going straight into Warzone. I'm going to do my MCOC streaming tomorrow, so look out for that. So first of all, into this Sauron fight quite aggressively with that Unstoppable. The enemy AI has just been so crappy at times, and it's very defensive, and it's always a case, it's just constantly clinching like a boxer, like a very annoying defensive boxer that's just been ultimately just pissing me off. That's kind of like what it's been like. And as well, even worse when you're trying to mash that striker button and literally like nothing happens at the time with doing it. It was just grinding my gears because everything was going really well. I was really kind of like vibing with it, and then all of a sudden I'm trying to hit the striker button and literally just nothing happens, and it just ultimately makes me just so frustrated when it comes to the game. Lots of chip damage with the degeneration, which is kind of annoying, but you know, that's the thing. Kabam like you know, putting all these kind of annoying things in just to be frustrating. Bit of a mistake there, but again, down to like inputs, trying to swipe back, nothing happens. Is what it is. Warlock has been the great champion that I've just been using for this, so that's been something. Again, same issue where I'm just trying to like hit stuff and it's just, or swipe on stuff and it's just not happening. It's just becoming quite frustrating for me at times, and at other times it's great. Act 7.2, I've had no issues whatsoever. I go and do this or variants, and it's like the enemy AI and as well the inputs has just been terrible, terribly defensive, and it's just been pretty boring at times with it. But hey, look, get a win, get it done. Yeah, this is a quick video on Strikers Week 4. Seems pretty fun. I really enjoyed myself. And apart from the enemy AI and the inputs, which is two fundamental things that's very important for this game, hopefully Kabam can fix a lot of the stuff, and hopefully, you know, the flow of the battle is a bit better than I've been experiencing of late with this new content Kabam been putting in. But it is what it is. It was what it was. Thanks for watching. What's your thoughts on Strikers Week 4? Put it in the comment section down below, and I'll see you in the next video, whenever that may be. Come along to the live stream now on Twitch.